Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking a little more about the PlayStation 5 because we're actually now seeing some more brand new leaks and information coming out when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, as you guys probably know, the PlayStation 5 Pro has been kind of rumored, and we're now seeing rumors that a new upcoming Xbox, a lot of kind of cool things floating around, and people are just basically wanting to see what the specs are going to be, what it's going to be upgraded on, and right now we're seeing even more brand new news when it comes to AI upgrades, and also kind of there's the big kind of speculation on the GTA 6 connection too as well, which we've kind of touched on in prior videos, and we do like a pure dedicated video in the future too as well. But when it comes to all this type of stuff, we're going to talk about the PlayStation 5 Pro, so if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We got the Twitter and Twitch stream down below in case you guys want to go and follow. We're also going to probably be live up on Twitch right this second. You know, the Weeble link down below if you're going to get a bunch of random free stock and all that good stuff. And let's go and dive on into the, video itself. So as I mentioned, there's a brand new PlayStation 5 Pro rumor. Now, with NVIDIA, if you guys have kind of been living underneath the rock, NVIDIA's been probably one of the biggest companies in the entire planet. NVIDIA has now hit over a $2 trillion market cap, and basically they're now on the cutting edge when it comes to most AI chips, AI integrations, and well, it's kind of like the big standard. And right now, we're now seeing DLSS competitors trying to go and kind of test up upscaling AI to utilize in the PlayStation 5 Pro or PlayStation 6. Now, this is going to be kind of intriguing news, kind of a high-level stuff, where basically just the future of gaming, the future of the internet, is going to probably honestly be integrated a lot with AI. And when this is kind of truth be told, we kind of dabbled on these videos sometimes, but basically AI is going to probably be a huge part both in the next Microsoft console and the next PlayStation console. Both these consoles are probably going to be nice, like pretty good. So right now, we're now seeing brand new PlayStation 5 Pro rumors, or the NVIDIA DLSS competitor upscaling to test waters before the PlayStation 6. Sony is reportedly working on DLSS competitor for beefed up PlayStation 5 Pro console. The company will test it out on the PS5 Pro before the PlayStation 6. So this is some very intriguing double whammy. Where number one is that this integration and brand new AI like upscaling and all that. If you guys know, I've kind of talked about this in some other videos, but the idea is like, let's say you have one really well-made circle, and this is for, let's say, the sky in a game. With this really cool, like, upscaling, and basically these resolution things, there's two parts. Number one is that they can go and make that same image big and make it look really nice. So imagine like a 480p to like a 4K. They're able to go and utilize AI to kind of fill in the blanks and kind of upscale it on out and make it a lot nicer, or basically even sometimes utilize older games and use that same technology, have just to basically like copy and paste, use the AI and make it a little bit nicer. But as well, they also have such things as like fill in the blank stuff, where I try to say, let's say if you have a wall, or like a brick wall, and that same brick wall is going to be there throughout the entire game in different areas, different locations, and as you go throughout the game, that will keep on using those same bricks. They'll copy and paste it, and because it's already kind of utilized and rendered down and basically using AI to kind of fill in the blanks, imagine like a forest, imagine a bunch of random flowers in a field, imagine grass, imagine buildings, imagine roads. All this is basically able to be computed throughout the PlayStation itself and the internal hardware, the GPU, whatever, and then with the copy and paste, is basically just able to go make the game run a little bit nicer. It's really hard to explain because I'm not like the smartest person out there, but it's kind of a rough idea of how this works. And they have a lot of these big game companies, AMD, NVIDIA, and all these big chipset makers utilizing their own AI upscaling, AI learning, and deep interfaces to make sure everything kind of works. So right now we're expecting some major upgrades with Sony's beefed up PlayStation 5 Pro console later on this year, but we're now hearing specifically about the AI upscaling inside the PS5 Pro, which is said to be a NVIDIA DLSS competitor. And once again, NVIDIA is one of the biggest companies in the entire planet right this second, so we're not necessarily sure, and maybe I'll talk about it throughout this article, but I'm not really sure who is utilizing or making this AI inside the console. This could be some cool like Mark Cerny stuff, because basically he's just the Wonder Whiz and basically made a lot of these old school architectures, or we're not really sure what. But as you can kind of go and tell, this PlayStation's about to become hefty and big. In a new video released by Moore's Law is Dead, he had Michael from NX Gamer on the show, who had a lot of juicy things to say. One of the topics was Sony's upgraded PlayStation 5 Pro console and its exciting AI upscaling technology that will provide 1440p, 120 FPS, and 4K 60 FPS gaming, an upgraded, better experience over the regular PS5 on the market now. So basically utilizing AI that kind of lets them have that next big hurdle jump if they need it, because the hardware is basically able to run it. But the bigger thing is, how do you run it efficiently? So it's kind of like a combination of two. The PlayStation 5 will have an upgraded software. So this is all in regards to AI, having this AI upscaling technology, probably some sort of ray tracing in as well, maybe machine learning, because it's kind of been like kind of a big focal tie-in for all these big consoles. And with all that put together, that'll basically be able to go utilize the better GPU, CPU, APU, and RAM in the upgraded version of the PS5 Pro. So all of this would make this work better. It's kind of like we can throw AI and AI upgrades and software updates. Maybe good comparisons, maybe like GPU updates, like see from my NVIDIA 3080 Ti, my PC. There will be over time updates, graphic driver updates, which just makes everything run a little bit better, more efficient. So I kind of think that same thing. Over time, with better hardware, it can be fine-tuned and optimized better, and utilizing AI can kind of fill in the blanks, so it can basically run a little bit longer for the console too. They also basically talked about that the Rockstar's upcoming GTA 6 in the PlayStation 5 Pro console, saying that funny enough, only maybe 40 FPS if the developer can work its magic. Now, I'd probably keep on thinking that like a 34K for how big the game is, and way they're just nicer, just looks good. I'd maybe be okay, maybe like a 4K 40 as well. Like, I don't think I'd mind that. I'm not sure if they're really going to try to be pushing 8K, especially for a game like GTA 6. I do think this will be a big console seller. We can maybe save that for a separate video. But if you guys want to tell me if you guys agree or disagree, feel free to, or swing by the Twitch. As I mentioned, I'm probably going to be live and do some drinking myself down below. But one of the big things is that this is some pretty big updates. So they're saying we are told to expect a 30 FPS from GTA 6, which I think is a little bit sad. But I personally think the PS5 Pro will be pumping the game out at 60 using AI upscaling. I'd probably agree on that take, mainly because what sounds more impressive? A 30 to 40 FPS jump? That's still nice, but would I want to spend money on a console and spend money on all this type of stuff to get that? No. But at the same time, when they have all these different things for 60, I'd probably take a 60 FPS 4K as a standard, especially for GTA, and especially because it may not be coming out for PC. I would say that'd be a huge win. I would buy a PlayStation 5 Pro just for that alone. I think that's big. And one of the bigger things too as well is that this could be huge marketing for the two. And like I said, we'll probably do a separate video on that, but I would agree on that. And they go and also say too as well, so Sony seems to be gearing up to use AI upscaling inside the PlayStation 5 Pro console in also preparation for the next generation PlayStation 6. Which would make a lot of sense because, well, you want to have this technology. AI is kind of the future. We're seeing a lot of big companies utilizing AI as well, so why would you just not? There's almost no reason kind of really not to at the end of the day. So I think this is going to happen because if you're going to want to put on the PS6, test on the PS5 Pro, that's going to work more like the very enthusiast and invested folks would want to, be involved with it. It makes a lot of sense when it comes to the console itself. And as well, they're saying it's preparing for the next console too as well, and they want to be a cornerstone. So basically, kind of seemed like this PlayStation 5 was more on the controller. And also, all the the haptic feedback and the vibrating controllers, updated controller overall, and then obviously the really nice SSD, which was kind of basically hard-coded for the PlayStation 5 console. Now, what would they want to do for the PS6 to set it apart? Probably would still want to do something nice for the console, probably for the controller, upgraded obviously just overall everywhere, maybe pure digital because it kind of seems the case where they're going right now for both the PS5 and Xbox, and then maybe trying to integrate a good usage of AI with the consoles as a whole. I think that's a good idea, and I think that's a win. I think I'm not the most against AI in gaming if it's more so for optimizing your hardware and also utilizes for upscaling. I think that's not a bad idea. They go and say this is an AI upscaling technology we'll see over the course of the next 10 years, starting with the PS5 Pro, so the next few years or so. And more so into the next-gen PlayStation 6, and eventually the future-gen PlayStation 7, which, I mean, is kind of true. AI is a combination of everything, supercomputing before it. So what's going to happen with that is if you have this for PS5s, and you have it for PS5 Pros, and you have it for the PS6, then the PS6 Pros, and the PS7, and the technology, in theory, should keep on getting better over time. As well, we feature in this AI upscaling, whether it's a new part of the SoC as well, and I think this is a win. I'm not the biggest fan of AI as a whole, them copying pictures or ruining things for artists, but I do think for, machine learning, video games especially, as long as they're not building games with AI, they're more so using to, optimize the consoles and try to make them nicer. then I'm cool with it. I'm kind of down with this. But at the same time, like, it needs to be able to work. And it seems like this is going to be the big major focus for the PlayStation console too as well. Because if they want to be able to go run big games like GTA at 60 FPS, they need to go pull it off themselves. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on all of this. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. If you guys are bored, swing by the Twitch or follow if I'm not online. We have the Twitter down below if you guys want to follow too as well. Subscribe with the notifications on. Check out that Weeble. He's got a bunch of free stock and money at the very tail end. If you guys would like to, just sell it, withdraw it, whatever. And I appreciate y'all so much for watching here in the first place.